Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning into Amy's Crypt. Tonight, Jared and I are staying over in the Bellaire house. This place is said to be incredibly haunted. There are so many layers to it too. We have talk of demonic activity, we have portals, and we have inhuman spirits, as well as regular ghosts here. There's so much to explore, so many stories to share, and we've already had a couple of paranormal experiences that I need to relay to you guys ASAP, so let's get into things. The Bellaire house is said to be one of the most haunted places in the United States. It is reported to contain many spirits, portals, and potentially even demonic entities. Nestled along the banks of the Ohio River and built atop land where a war was once fought, a ley line runs in close proximity to Native American burial caves and where a coal mine explosion occurred, claiming the lives of 42 men. The Bellaire house has plenty of reasons to be haunted. The house itself dates back to 1847 when it was built by Jacob Hetherington.
I guess we could start with Jacob Hetherington. He was a coal mining tycoon here in Bellaire, Ohio, and he owned 666 acres of land, but sometimes we say 667 because that number tends to scare people. He had a son named Alex who inherited his coal mines. Alex had 2 children named Lyde and Edwin, and they inherited this house and the coal mines. Edwin then lost his sister Lyde. She died here in the house, and then he became so depressed that he called on so many different psychics and mediums to help him connect to the afterlife.
Considering the many people who passed through the Bellaire house, helping Edwin to connect via seances to his deceased sister, it is thought that this activity could have opened portals within the home and be another reason why it is so haunted. Later, Kristen would obtain ownership of the property and have many of her own life-changing experiences within it.
My family was affected by 2 flash floods, and they came back to back, and we were homeless, and I found the house and it was on a foreclosed list, and I thought, well, that's great because we don't have a lot to work with. You know, I had been looking for a home for months, and it just, nothing ever fell through. Nobody ever handed me the keys and said, well, here's your banknote and here's your keys, until that night. And then the next day, it literally happened overnight. And I really thought that my prayers were answered, that we were being blessed, and so much tragedy. Yeah, the things that happened to our family that occurred inside this home while we were living here, 100% paranormal. A lot of the times it was not pleasant to live here. We moved out a lot. Renters came in, renters left. I actually gave up the house in the courts, moved away, and received a phone call that I still owned the home, and I did. So I had to come back, and honestly, I've been here ever since then.
Unable to part ways with the home, and not without lack of trying, Kristen has now opened the home up to other investigators to study it, with many reports of strange activity being documented here throughout the years. She even shares some of these on her own YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description below.
A lot of people talk to Edwin. A lot of people make communication with the residential spirits of the house, and they have very intelligent conversations with them through SB7s, old hack shacks, ITC, application communication. There have been a lot of reports of seeing shadow figures. There's been maybe less than a dozen reports of full body apparitions, noises, banging, walking, knocking, lights. The spirits love lights. Recently, there's been a lot of reports of demons, not demons, inhuman spirits, spirits that have never been born. We made communication with these beings that were not ghosts. They were not earthbound spirits. They were not demons, but they wanted to be referred to as the star people. They had prophecies. They were telling us what was to come in our world. And I don't want to sound creepy or dark or anything, but this is a true thing. There is a lot of theories about blood, your blood type, like bloody noses, like people that come here, they've had physical bloody, their nose would just bleed. There's a person here that bit their tongue so hard, we almost had to take them to the emergency room. Big theory is the ley lines, that it's a paranormal playground for spirits to come and go as they please. And some people have been scratched, some people have had their hair pulled. But that's just spirits being like, don't treat me like that, don't disrespect me. Like, if you're going to poke at me, I'm going to poke at you too. But then there is that lower energy that is very much here. It is very sinister, and it can take you on an emotional roller coaster ride.
With such a huge reputation within the paranormal world, Jared and I decided to spend the night in this truly haunted house in order to experience all we could for ourselves. Here is what we found.
What is that? It's a beetle.
Yeah.
Okay, for a second there, I thought it was a big blowfly, and the first thing that came to my mind was demonic. We're kicking off tonight's walkthrough in a very special room. This room is special because it is known as the Seance room. So obviously, there's a great place to start. Behind me is a lovely table, perfect for seances. This was also a room where we have a death in the house, and that occurred just over here.
Oh yeah, in front of this fireplace, right?
Yes. So Jacob and Eliza Hetherington were the people who made this house. One of their daughters, Lyde, died here, and Lyde's brother was so cut and distraught from her death that he stopped at nothing to try and contact her once she had passed. And he did a lot of seances with a lot of different people, you know, psychic mediums, pretty much anyone who he could find came here, and he used them to try and communicate with his sister on the other side. But that's one of the theories as to why this house is so active and so open to paranormal entities, because people say that that behavior opened up portals, and I've been told there's up to 17 portals opened up in this house, which is crazy. There's also a ley line which is in this room. There's just so much going on here. We've got the Ohio River as well, so there's that constant flow of water and energy. And you know, there was wars fought on this ground here. There's also ancient burial caves just out the back here as well. So there's a lot going on around this house besides the house itself being so old and having seen death itself. But I don't know, looking around, there's a definite vibe in this room. And I don't know if it's because of all the artifacts in here. I mean, just look at this altar above the fireplace. There's so much to look at.
Like, it's got like occult stuff.
Is that a Nerf gun? Hasta la vista, baby. And a headless baby.
Yeah.
One of the most disturbing stories as well that we've been told about this house occurred here, and it has to do with the ley line, and it has to do with something that's like totally outside of the realm of ghosts. And honestly, I can't stop thinking about it, and the terms that were used to explain what happened, it freaks me out a little bit, I'm gonna be honest.
It was Valentine's Day weekend, and we had an event, a public event, and a man that was really wanting to live on the edge of Earth and took some pretty big moves. There was a higher being, a celestial being, that came through and told him to go over to a certain part of the seance room. And he did. And he started to rip off his, like literally rip off his protection, his necklaces, his crystals. He took his shirt off, and he stood on top of the ley line, and they said, "We're going to download you now." And he was like, "Please download me, please download me." And it started to get very intense in that room. My son was here that night, and he said that something was coming up on him. I was so intrigued what was going on with this man, I wasn't paying attention to what was behind me. The house tends to do that a lot, not just to me, but to many other people. He left, my son left. He said he couldn't, he needed to take a break. A couple investigators went out with him. So all of a sudden, I asked Eliza Hetherington, "Eliza, what do I do?" And through the portal, she said, "Shut it down now." I said, "All right." So we shut it down. I'm 100% sure that he was downloaded to some degree. I just do not know what. We have communicated with each other a few times, and his psychic abilities have increased amazingly.
Okay guys, so I've just hit record on GhostTube, and I'm going to put it on the seance table. I'm going to step away. So my name is Amy, and I'm here tonight with Jared, and we reach out to anyone who may be inside this house, the Bellaire mansion. Can you step up to the seance table? Is that you?
No. It's like wood creaking over here.
Guys, I'm going to roll a second camera for you all, just because if there is a noise or something, we have more chance of catching it on tape, and also just verifying and debunking, whether it was one of us, it might be a bit easier.
I heard that. That was in there.
That was in this room.
Kristen Lee did say when you sit at the seance table to ask the spirit to sit with you, and he's more likely to interact with you.
She said specifically Edwin. So Edwin, if you're here, my name is Amy and this is Jared, and we thank you for allowing us in this house. We're here tonight just to talk. We'd love to know who's here, why they're here, and just learn about you. If you can you step up to the table? We've left some lights on it. Maybe you can just give us confirmation that you're here. It's also raining, guys, so we have that added energy tonight from the rain, which I think is cool.
Edwin, if you're here, can you come sit down with us at the table?
Can you make something move? We know that there's someone in this house who has the ability to move objects.
I definitely know that.
Silly.
It's so funny because I feel like on this trip we've really been having so much fun. To me, sometimes I think that comes across to the spirits and they think that we're just goofballs. And in reality, we are. Right, Jared?
Yeah.
And so getting a response like that makes me feel kind of at ease. But I don't know that this is meant to be one of the darker areas of the house. I like how the one word we get is silly.
Help.
How can we help you? We're going to go for a walk through the house, so maybe you want to come with us. We're going to go to an area now where something happened to Jared. I've never seen Jared like this, guys. We were here earlier today and he was making some lunch. Something really weird happened and I've never seen him like this.
So guys, I was in the kitchen today, right? I was just here making me and Amy avocado sandwiches, and all of a sudden, I was chopping the avocados here. Amy walked past the bench just here, and all of a sudden this little measuring cup just flipped off and landed here, just on its own. I was just here chopping. Amy was walking past there, and then that just flipped off randomly. Amy, we weren't filming because obviously we were just making lunch. Amy filmed my reaction after the fact, but I feel like that was my very first, I guess, poltergeist experience, I guess you could call it. I've never seen anything move so clearly in front of me, just like that. I've never seen that before.
Alright, what happened?
Okay, guys, I have no explanation for this whatsoever. I was making me and Amy lunch, which is just an avocado sandwich.
And a roll, yeah.
Amy walks through here to go into the living room, and this measuring cup just flings off the top of this and lands here. Like, just flings off. We both saw it, and I was just like, guys, I don't think I've ever had poltergeist activity experience, me. I think that might be my first one.
Can you do that again? We just got here, well, we've been here a while. Kristen just left, our guide and the owner of the house. And we're like, oh, need to make lunch. That is so weird. That's really weird.
I don't know what caused that. I don't know. It didn't just fall off, it flipped. It like flipped.
Yeah, I thought you were like fumbling and like
No,
grabbed something and then you were like, what the heck? Yeah, that's weird.
What? That's my first poltergeist activity. Like, I cannot explain what just happened then.
Do it again. Please. Please.
Yeah, I was genuinely shocked. I tried to, like, replicate it and I couldn't. I don't have no explanation for why that would just flip off and land on the counter.
To me, it was very much like someone just walked past and was like flicked it, right?
Yeah.
There's no way it was either of us because neither of us were near it. I can't explain it.
You know those videos circling the internet where someone's just filming the kitchen and there's ping pong balls
Yes.
flopping off and there's bowls moving and you're like, are you just pulling like fishing wire? Like, I don't know if they are, by the way, but you know, it just always seems convenient that they've got a camera pointing right where the things are happening. But anyway, it seemed like that. Yeah, maybe all those videos are real because that actually happened. This random cup just flew off the
For the next 15 minutes, I watched Jared trying to replicate it, looking at the little measuring cup. No, nothing. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, it was just weird. Yeah, it's frustrating we weren't filming, but anyway.
If we were filming, it was so vivid that people would be like, oh, that's not real, you know?
True, yeah. Well, yeah, why would we film ourselves making a sandwich? Like, doesn't make any sense. So there is some activity said to happen in the living room as well, but I actually find this thing here really interesting.
Do you know what it is?
No.
So guys, this thing that we're pointing at right now, this is a representation of Emily Davis. If you don't know who that is one of the famous hauntings here. It's a little girl who's often seen in the attic, but she's rumored not to be a little girl and possibly demonic.
Sort of like Sally, right?
Yeah, but kind of goat-like and hornier.
Hornier?
No, I didn't mean it like that, you know what I mean.
You mean like because it's got horns?
Horns.
Yeah.
Kind of goat-like and now we were warned, not that we would do this, but do not take the money from this. Do not take any of the offerings. I have an offering that I'm going to put down. It's actually some Aussie money, so hopefully Emily can cash that in somewhere. I am leaving an offering for the spirit or demonic spirit of Emily Davis here at the Bellaire house. 2 Aussie dollars. Not quite as good an exchange rate as the USD, so please don't come for me.
You've been trying to offload that Australian currency since we landed.
I
You can't
know.
find a bloody currency exchange.
I know. Maybe the demon will accept it. One other thing that happened earlier today, so Jared went upstairs to have a nap by himself. I like to have naps for investigations if I need to, like I want to be peppy. But this one, I just had some Patreon and YouTube member stuff I had to film. But I was sitting down here by myself. I said to Jared, I'll wake you up at 5:30, whatever it was. It got to almost that time and I could hear footsteps upstairs. I thought Jared had gotten up. I went upstairs and he was still asleep in his sleeping bag. So I don't know, that's really weird. I heard heavy footsteps like.
So that means someone was up there with me.
Maybe. Yeah, I thought it was you. I thought, oh, he's up. Like, I'll go and see him. And you weren't up. You were just in a little sleeping bag cocoon on the bed.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe we go up there. Are we allowed upstairs?
Oh, shout out to all the other investigators that have been here.
I just heard a noise up there.
I didn't hear that.
I heard a tap, like a little click.
Investigators that have been here. Investigators that have been here. I didn't hear that.
I heard a tap.
I didn't hear that.
I heard a tap.
I didn't hear that.
I heard a tap. I'm gonna go up. I'm already feeling cold on my legs. We were warned earlier, if you feel something touch you on the stairs or an energy around you, just sit down straight away because people have been known to be pushed or pulled down the stairs. Literally, like, my legs are really cold right now. I'm super clumsy as well, so...
Yeah, you are.
Let's just see. Hello? More. There could be something on the bed, so I'm going to calibrate. Fight. We don't want to fight you. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of taps, but maybe rain. More fight. Some of the entities in here have been violent in the past. Kristen, who we spoke to earlier, this was actually a room where she had a violent encounter. To me, I'm not going to talk about it too much because it's quite upsetting to me because it involves an animal, and like, I'm one of those people who's very sensitive about animals being hurt. But as you guys know, and we've discussed this on my channel before, animals can be more sensitive to the paranormal than we can, and there is something really disturbing in this room, which I will show you guys. Her dog did not like this room so much. This is all scratch marks from the dog. It's hard with animals because you want to know what they can see, hear and feel, but they can't relay that to you. So this is where Jared slept.
So this is where you heard footsteps, right? You heard someone up here with me while I was asleep?
It was upstairs. It could have been this room. I didn't know what bed you were sleeping in when I came up. I just came up looking for you. But I heard footsteps for sure.
Yeah, I'm hearing noises.
Wait, didn't they say not to chase the noises? But I heard they said if you ignore them, they give you more. because they want your attention.
So you're saying we should ignore the spirits? And we'll get more activity?
Yeah. Is it working? I do actually enjoy this room. They have a magnificent dollhouse. I love it, it's so cool. So many toys as well. And I did ask Kristen earlier, are there kids here? And she said, maybe. Everywhere I go, there's a noise. Said, maybe. Said, maybe. She said, you can get childlike activity here. Whether it's a child remains to be told. Can you come close to the lights in my hand? I'd love to know who this is. Can you give us a name?
There's definite noises in here, like amongst those toys down there.
Yeah, there's cracks. I've heard 3 maybe.
Bored.
Bored. We're so boring to the spirits, Jared.
Are we boring? I swear that came up on a recent investigation as well at another location.
It did. Is that as a Sully house?
Maybe it's the
How
same
do you
spirit.
feel?
A little bit offended.
Yeah, I feel a bit offended.
You know what? If you're bored, feel free to mess with us tonight. We're here to talk to and make contact with anyone that might be here.
Yeah, do something. Make it more exciting if we're boring. Please.
How do you feel?
It's so weird that came up twice. How are we supposed to feel? I was also warned, so many warnings coming into this house, but warned to be very careful about how you feel and your energy, and just be very aware at all times because this house can be dangerous.
It's just going to depend on what you feel. Go to where you're most drawn to, but have your guard up because it might be you, and I'm sure you can understand if it is genuinely you, naturally you saying, this feels nice, or this feels, I want to go here. But it could also possibly be the Bellaire house baiting you to go to a certain part too.
One of the more haunted spaces as well is said to be the attic, that's our next stop, the attic. This seems very inviting.
Yeah.
Are you voluntarily just going first, Jared?
Yeah.
What is
Why are you
this
so
behaviour?
shocked?
I don't know.
This is a massive attic.
Now, you know, supposedly portal up here in the attic, and a lot of the darker sort of stuff has happened up here as well. One of the stories we were told relates to the window over there. So people have said to have been lured almost to the window and fallen out of the window to their deaths.
Fallen or pushed?
That's the question. The story... Oh, fuck. That's just a garbage bag. Catching the wind. Can you tell us something about this window, please? It's like it's breathing.
Yeah. Oh, that is so creepy. It's like it's drawing you in, breathing in and out. That is really creepy. Oh, Amy. I just got high pitched in the ear. That
I just
happened
seen
to-
something fly into your head. I'm not
Like
even
an orb.
shitting you.
I just
Into that ear.
my ear has just went really silent in this one ear with a high pitched noise. That same thing happened to Kristen today.
It did. I don't know. Can I replicate that light? I don't know if it was a lens flare because it was
Horror.
just horror. This is
Should I
like
be worried?
a horror movie. Yeah. I don't know. Something just flew into your freaking head, man.
Yeah, and my ear, it's gone now, but it just went silent.
Diana. Dirty Diana. Sorry.
My ear just went really...
24.
All of a sudden, we haven't had that many words this whole walkthrough. All of a sudden, you get a thing in your ear. I see something fly in your ear. You're getting all these words.
Yeah.
After a more in-depth analysis, I can clearly see that this anomaly is nothing more than a lens flare caused by either the light on Jared's camera or the infrared security camera set up observing the attic from the other side of the room. Though it is coincidental, appearing to shoot into Jared's head and having occurred at the same time Jared had ringing in his ear, it can be explained by the environment.
I was just watching the breathing window and yeah, my ear just sort of went a bit dull and then I could hear a high-pitched noise.
Well, do you feel anything right now?
No, not anymore, but that was really, really weird. That happened to Kristen today, and that's happened to you before at haunted locations, not this one.
Horrible.
And then we get words like horrible and horror. Should I be scared?
I don't know. This is honestly the attic is where we've had most of the stuff so far, right?
Is this where the dark side of the stories are said to happen?
Well, this is where Emily, you know, we were told, I'd heard a lot of this Emily story, but then when we came here today, she hasn't been seen in a very long time or heard from.
Is she back?
So whether the Emily is even around or, you know, there's portals up here, so it could be anything. Things that are darker as well, you know.
You know, I think the name Dinah doesn't hold any relevance that I know of, but if there are really portals here, doesn't that mean spirits can come and go? So there could be spirits from anywhere that is rocking up and travelling here, right?
And it's not just ghosts, Jared. It's not just human people. There are things here, demons, daemons, inhuman, whatever you'd like to call them, that aren't necessarily, you know, former people. I don't really like being near the window with my back to the window.
Yeah, the breathing window, cooling for you. Yeah.
And I've got my back to it, like, ew.
Yeah, and that's what people are said to be drawn to it and jump or be pushed out of it.
At this point, we decided to continue our walkthrough in the basement of the house. This is an area which hasn't been investigated as thoroughly as others, meaning not as much is known about the space. Though we had been told earlier by Kristen that she will refuse to step foot in the basement until it had been blessed by a priest, as it possessed some kind of energy that did not feel inviting to her.
You can hear that creaking down here. Oh, this looks scary, man. And it's very cold down here. Way colder than the house. Alright, we're coming down into the basement. I hope that is okay. It's got that cold basement smell. Is there anyone down here? This place has a ley line. It's got portals. There were supposedly, you know, tunnels or mines underneath this place, and there was mining disasters in the area. So it makes sense that there could be energy down here. I don't know of any activity.
People have definitely been doing rituals or seances or investigating Gen X's or candles.
Yeah.
Yeah, basements always creep me out.
At this point in the night, we decided to begin reaching out in the attic, said to be haunted by a child who some claim is demonic. This seemed to be the place where we had gathered the most responses so far, in particular near the window where a young boy is said to have fallen from.
During that whole little walkthrough, this is where we got the most energy, and it's really weird. I'm getting like mad chills right now as well. Yeah, just now as I said that.
That's where GhostTube was most active and chatty as well.
We got so many words up
like
here.
Horror, horrific.
Yeah, they were like dark
They're
words.
aligned, but I mean, why was it saying that?
We got all these dark words and then the word diner, so I don't know about that, but yeah, it just felt really weird all of a sudden, so yeah.
Now, I'm holding a camera because I want to be able to look around if we hear something, but I think we should also use GhostTube Vox. It's a new tool. It was responding well to GhostTube Original up here. GhostTube Original is limited to the words that are in it, but because this sweeps online radio broadcasts, it can say anything.
Yeah, who knows what it'll come up with. If there's anybody up here that was interacting with us before or maybe went through my head, can you come close to the device in our hands? You might be able to make it generate some noises to let us know that you're here.
Alex is naturals. And we are...
I heard Alex. Did you?
Alex? I didn't hear it, but Alex is relevant.
Alex is relevant. Alex was one of the original owner's sons.
Alex, are you here with us?
And
Anne.
How do you feel it?
Oh,
That just said Amy.
What do you want to say to me?
What do you know about Amy? How did you come to be here? Somebody. Are you here to protect the property? Or someone in it?
Can you tell us about Emily? Emily Davis. Nothing.
Nothing, yeah. Is she not here anymore?
In bed.
In bed.
In bed. There's a bed over there.
I'm literally looking at, I don't know. I just felt weird about over there.
Should we move to the bed?
Should we move to the bed? Ooh.
Who's laying in the bed?
I'll go lay in it. I don't know if you want to come or stay.
Oh.
See anything.
Got you.
Are you coming?
Yeah. It's a hospital bed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's...
Why is it a hospital bed?
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so we're on the bed now, so who are we speaking with? Are we speaking to a human or what used to be a human?
So my name is Amy and this is Jared here, and we're in the attic because we heard things tend to happen up here, and that is exactly why we've come to this house. We've travelled all the way from Australia to come here to see something happen. Can you do something for us or say something for us that will impress us? I keep hearing multiple voices come through. How many people other than Jared and I are up here, or entities? What's the deal with the window up here? What do you do to people you don't like?
What are those?
This is the device that you can use to talk to us. I hope that you can give it a go. Can you tell us about the portals here?
Where are the portals located?
This way.
Can you be more specific? Whereabouts are the portals in the attic?
Why did you make us sit on the bed?
Is there somebody on the bed with us right now? Ourselves?
By ourselves? Is this bed from a hospital? Can you reveal your name to us? Are there any Hetheringtons here, or is it all other people or other entities now? This is my challenge. I'm putting this challenge forward to you. Can you scare us? Say something scary.
I saw heard a noise down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a what?
Something tapping in the corner.
I'm just going to turn the white noise off. This is still on. But maybe we can listen to other noises here.
Rest. It just said rest and we're on the bed.
Oh yeah. Now, is there someone up here making little noises in the attic? Can you either make a really loud noise or tell us your name? I'm talking like a really loud noise. Louder than that.
It's Satan. They asked.
They asked. Yeah, we did. Are there children around? I'd love to know that.
Some sort of.
Some sort of children? If there's children around and you like lollies, we've bought some tonight. Let me know and I can go get some. Can you tell me something about you?
Tall man. What's this way?
Tall man. Is the tall man somebody we can see?
We can see.
We can see. I heard that very clear. We can see.
You can see us? We want to see you.
I can't see anyone on here.
Welcome to Amy and Jared's Seance.
Is this our first seance on AmysCrypt?
I don't know, I guess like, what is a seance? Is it any time you sit down and reach out to a spirit?
And use
Just-
candles.
What's that? Is there a fucking tornado? What is that?
Is that a tornado warning?
What do we do? That was an emergency siren.
Get your phone out and we'll check the weather. Jesus Christ, what are we summoning here on AmysCrypt? Tornado demons.
Seance, we've got the candles, we've got the haunted house, we've got the spirits, we've got the round table.
Got the REM pod.
Got the REM pod, we got the blindfold, we got the spirit box, the noise cancelling headphones. So I guess our little seance is going to be a little bit more high tech than what they would have had back in the day. Thank you, Candle.
The candle agrees with you.
So Edwin, I've heard that you're still around, and I know that you would do seances a lot back in your time. And if you are, can you please give us a sign? Go towards the red light on the table. Mess with the candles, please. Mess with our light. I've heard that that happens. Maybe you can come through this device and let us know that you're here.
Please come and sit with us.
Communicate with us. Yeah, sit with us.
Krista was saying today that if you invite Edwin to sit with you, you're more likely to get interactions.
So are you going to be the question asker or question...
I'll be the...
Wait. That candle's loving life.
I'll be the listener.
You're always the listener. Jared is an idiot. Guys, I don't know whether to blow out this candle because it is going insane. Can you make the candle be quiet, please? Or can you talk to Jared? Get him to say your name, please.
From here?
Yeah, from here.
You're probably wet.
Wet? I haven't been out in the rain. Or maybe you're talking about the candle. Is that why the candle was making that noise? 'Cause
Amy?
it's wet? Hello. So again, yeah, my name is Amy. This is Jared. Thank you for stepping up to the table. You're here now. You're making the red light turn green and beep. I appreciate that. Can you tell me about the attic? We were up there earlier and we found it a bit strange. Jared felt like he had ringing in his ears and then it looked like something flew into his head. Do you know why that happened? Can you make this candle flicker, the one that's right in front of me? Earlier tonight when we were in this room, you said silly. Do you think that I'm silly or Jared's silly? What do you think of us being in this house?
I have to.
I hope it's okay that we're here and it's not you just have to be here with us, you know. We've come a long way.
Please stop talking.
I'll stop talking if you can make that red light on the table buzz again? Or do you want Jared to stop talking? Can you make this guy talk? If you don't want to listen to me, make him do the talking.
What is it? Camera?
Yeah, we've got 2 cameras here. Do you want to be a movie star? You can come out. Maybe come into the mirror back here. Walk behind Jared.
Special.
Special. Were you once a human? Or are you from somewhere else?
Not here.
Not from here. Okay, I've heard this house has portals. Is that maybe how you came here?
Correct.
I've heard there's like 17 portals in the house. Can you tell me which portal you came through?
I just had a body twitch.
Okay. Are you messing with Jared then?
It's the second time.
Was the first time in the attic when you messed with his ears? I heard a noise down the hall. Okay, that was really weird. I gather they're not from here, so I don't know whether that means they just travelled here or they weren't like human and they've like messed with Jared already. And he legit like just had a twitch, which he's had before doing Estes, but I've never actually seen him. Like he pushed the table and I heard him push the table. All right, so is this one of the Hetheringtons around, or is this somebody or something else entirely? Should I be worried about Jared?
What do you want?
This is exactly what I want. I just want to talk. Is there anything that you want to be made known? I've got these 2 cameras here to film what is happening and what's going on. And I want to understand more and experience more outside of what I already know. Earlier today I heard footsteps upstairs while Jared was asleep.
I confess.
You were the person that made the footsteps? Or the somebody that made the footsteps?
In the end.
What was your confession? This is super weird, guys. This is like giving me chills.
2 people.
There's 2 people at the table right now that I can see.
Down.
Down.
Ages.
Ages. Are you talking about the basement?
Look.
Look. There's no light down there. I can't see anything down there. You better not be under the damn table. Okay, I can't see anything under there.
Bathroom.
Bathroom. You're in the bathroom?
Deep down.
You better not be watching me use the toilet.
Camera.
Yeah, we've got 2 cameras going. Is that okay? What do you want me to do with the cameras? Okay, so I'm just going to pick this one up.
Child's voice, yeah.
Okay, so there is kids here, or are you posing as a kid? What's the name of the child? So who went to the red light earlier? I want to know that. If you can make it...
We're in the room.
Ooh, where? I'm going to just...
We're coming over.
Please. Can you come sit at the table? I'm just showing you around the room with the night vision. Oh fuck, I forgot there's that little doll up there. This is our base camp, so there's a lot of stuff hanging around. Are you sitting at the table with us? Can you give me a sign that you're here at the table? Do you like the lights and the candles we lit on this altar here?
Use mine.
We did use your candles. We didn't bring any candles. I hope that's okay. Thank you. Can we see you in the mirror?
I'd love to.
I would love to see you in the mirror. Oh my god, I would love that.
We want
What do you want?
her.
Me? You can't have me.
You.
Me. Okay.
Right here, my second camera angle, which I was holding in my hands, stopped recording. Whilst it was likely caused by me flipping the viewfinder around and accidentally hitting the stop button, I do find it curious that we had earlier had the response camera come through twice. Do you think this is simply a coincidence?
What do you want? Yeah, what do you want? Like, you've asked me what I want and I've told you. But what about you? What do you want from me or us?
You know.
I don't know. That's the thing.
What's that?
This is the camera. I really don't know what to say.
I'm pointing.
I was just pointing. What are you pointing at? It's been really quiet for a while now. Like a long time.
Talk.
Yeah, can you talk? Now you want me to talk? Before you wanted me to shut up.
The responses in this session seemed to slow right down until we weren't really getting any, so I decided to pull Jared out. Just as I had cut the cameras, our REM pod started to beep once again, which I was lucky enough to catch the tail end of on camera. It really seemed as though something or someone was playing games with us here.
The second I cut, that freaking thing goes
Catch
off.
it?
I mean, I caught the arse end of it, but it went off for so long.
We just
then.
finished our seance, turned on all the lights, and then that just went off.
Yeah.
This always happens to us.
That's been weird.
Yeah.
I've got something to show you guys as well. I don't know if this is paranormal. I've just found a mark on me.
Amy's been marked.
I feel like I've been marked by the beast. Literally, like, this just feels like some Pirates of the Caribbean sort of stuff. It's not like I've been scratched or anything. I know that's typical of the paranormal, but I've just found 2 little dots on my hand.
They're like 2 little black dots under the skin.
2 pinpricks of blood under my skin. They look kind of, maybe they're blood blisters, but I've not noticed them and I don't remember doing anything to my hand that might cause that. It's very weird. And I don't know if they've been there all night. They may have. I don't know when I got them. But I've just noticed them here.
They're definitely under the skin because they don't rub off.
I can't rub that off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry my hands are all gross and ugly, but I mean, that's weird. One is darker than the other one as well.
I wouldn't say you've been bitten either because bitten would have pierced the skin, right?
Yeah. It's just 2 little pinpricks of blood. And you know, Kristen did say that they like blood here.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm fully bleeding though.
I'm not sure what type of blood she said. Like she said there's certain types of blood that the spirits just will interact with more or you'll get more activity.
I think we're at a point in the night though, we've done a lot of reaching out and we've had a lot of responses. I kind of want to set up some abandonment cameras though. So I think what we're going to do is, we're sleeping here, we're staying here the night. Hopefully we get some activity in the night, but I'm not going to rig up cameras to watch us sleep. I'm going to rig up cameras in strategic areas that I feel we have the best chance of capturing evidence. Let me know what you guys prefer, or what do you like? Would you rather cameras around, or do you want them watching us for our reactions?
Do you like to watch?
That's crazy. No one's gonna say, oh, I like to watch you sleep now after you
I'm
said
sure
that.
there are some people out there that like watching us sleep. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. You can either watch us sleep, we can watch around the house, let us know. But we're gonna trial watching around the house tonight.
And also, if you've watched this far and you're not subscribed, get to it, hit subscribe. Also, make sure you've got that notification bell switched on, and heck, leave a like on the video and a comment.
Because why not?
Yeah, just do it.
Have you been enjoying our US adventures? What's been your favourite place so far? Let us know.
So, the Bellaire house. This place has been a bit weird. I think it's sort of unnerving in here, would be my best descriptor of it. But leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think, especially if the responses we got in the SDs. I'm genuinely interested to know what you guys pull out of that and how you interpret it. I think that is the very interesting thing in the paranormal, to see how other people relate and make connections to things. So yeah, definitely leave me a comment. But I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. That really helps me out. If you want to do a bit more reading about the place, head to my website, AmysCrypt.com. I'll post a blog article over there. You can also follow me at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, and I post bonus content on my Patreon and my YouTube members. They're linked below. But thank you so much for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.